everybody. Welcome back to LuLaRoeCarrieHoefer's YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are going to talk a little bit about 5 things that you should ask yourself before considering becoming a LuLaRoe consultant. These really helped me when I was considering it, and I hope they help you too. So the first question you could ask yourself is your why. Why do you feel like you want to be a LuLaRoe consultant? What's going to be the drive that helps you when times are really good and keep you soaring on that high? And what are your whys that are going to help you with when you have challenges? And you will have both highs and lows in this business. So what's your why? What's your reason for getting up in the morning, working with your customers, going through the changes that this new company is going through, and just your reason for doing it? If you know that, I guarantee you'll have a better time as a LuLaRoe consultant. My why, I have lots of them, but my major why was I wanted to be able to donate 10% of my profits to a charity of the month. And I'm doing that. And that's what gets me up in the morning, and that's what helps me on harder times, and that's what really, really lifts my spirits when things are really going well. One of the questions that we ask now as consultants: why did I not start sooner? So number 2, what are you most excited about becoming a LuLaRoe consultant? Is it all the clothing that you're going to have at your disposal? Is it helping women find what works for them and to change their styles? Is it the trips? Is it the incentives? Are you looking to add to your family income? What are you most excited about? The next thing, what would be some of the challenges that you're going to face as a LuLaRoe consultant? I had to learn a few new things. I had to learn how to ship. I had to learn how to use my camera and put my pictures up on my Facebook group. Those are some things that I wasn't doing day to day that I thought might be challenging. Another one is that I really wasn't stylish before LuLaRoe. I wore a t-shirt and yoga pants and tank tops. Any kind of workout gear was good for me. So one of my challenges was to really learn the fashion behind LuLaRoe, understand the fabrics and the pieces themselves and what works for different women's body types. And I constantly am researching and looking and just learning from my fellow consultants. And also, I have literally a store in my home where I can try on things at my own time frame, and that allows me just to kind of touch and feel and kind of work with what works for me. So that was one of my challenges. I'm a people person, and I knew that was going to be one of my strengths. You know, what kind of strengths are you going to bring? What kind of gifts do you have? What traits do you carry that you can bring and make your business very successful? I like to think that I can talk to anyone. I have a mental health background, so nothing is off limits for me to talk about. If people come into my shop and they're hesitant to try on new colors or try on new styles, that's okay. We talk about it, and I like to get down to the nitty-gritty because I have been there with my clothing. And so to me, being a people person and just being ready to learn new things was really something that I thought would help me in this business. So now as a consultant, the question, what new style am I going to bring to my shop? Easy. Number 3, where do you want LuLaRoe to take you in this business? Where are you dreaming of going? Do you want to get out of your full-time job right now? Do you want to stay home with your kids? Do you want to get out of the house with your kids? And where can LuLaRoe realistically take you in your life? And to know that is to kind of see what you're working for, what's going to help you day to day, month to month, year to year to get you to the place that you want. Do you want to work with your significant other? There's plenty of husband and wife LuLaRoe consultant teams that work this business together because they are so successful. And husbands have left their full-time jobs. Moms and daughters have worked together to quit their full-time jobs and then work together as a team. So where do you see LuLaRoe taking you when you become a consultant? Also, where do you see your business? I have an in-home shop right here because we are fortunate enough to have space in our home. But you don't have to do that. Not everybody has a LuLaRoe boutique in their home. Are you planning on showcasing your inventory on social media? There's Facebook, there's Periscope, any type of internet site. Are you where can you do vendor shows? Can you do fundraisers? Where do you want to be doing your business? That's a great question to ask because you're going to have to look around and see if you have space. You're going to see about your town and your city and see if this is a great opportunity for the people around you. And so if it's not, like let's say in your town, you might have to go out and here, where am I doing business right now? On this YouTube channel. So I am out of my zip code, I'm reaching the world, and that's something that I thought of before I even started with LuLaRoe. Hey, let me get my name out there, let me get this fabulous company out there and see where it takes me. So number 3 is, where would you like this business to take you? And where do you see yourself conducting your business? Answer those questions and you'll be solid. So now as a consultant, my big where question is, where am I going to go to my next training, hopefully California, and where am I going to go on my next incentive trip? Hopefully the Bahamas or some kind of cruise ship. That would be great for me. The 4th question you need to ask yourself before considering becoming a LuLaRoe consultant is when. When are you able to get that initial investment to start your business? So right now it looks like it's around $5,500 to $6,500 to get your initial inventory, which gives you about 300 to 500 pieces of clothing. They have packages available and it's upwards from there. So whatever you decide, you can kind of cater it to where you are at financially. So when can you realistically gather that money to make your initial investment order? Are you going to put it on a 18-month no-interest credit card like some consultants do? Do you have it in your savings and are you able to move it? Or will you have to save up for how long in order to make that initial investment? That's a great question and a very hard question for a lot of people because it is a significant amount of money. But if you sign up, once you click that button and sign the dotted line, you have what's called the queue. And that allows, right now, most consultants that decide to join LuLaRoe and sign that dotted line, they sit in a queue and it's about 4 to 6 weeks of waiting. And that, it sounds like a bummer, but it's really, really beneficial because those 4 to 6 weeks allow you to work with your sponsor and get things ready. I remember I wanted to have this LuLaRoe boutique in my home, so I purchased racks and I researched hangers and mannequins and shipping supplies and what I wanted my room to look like. And so I joined Facebook groups that allowed me to train on those things. You know, different consultants' LuLaRoe rooms, and they showed pictures and videos. And then the company, LuLaRoe, actually has a Q call every single Monday that gets you excited, that trains you on new styles and new things coming up in the company. So there's lots to do in the Q. And so when are you able to, get your initial investment so that you can sign up and then sit in the queue for about 4 to 6 weeks? When's that possible for you and your family? Also, if you have big changes coming up in your family, like let's say you're pregnant, is this the right time to start a business? It's totally possible, by the way. No problem there. Seen many consultants do it and they run with it beautifully. Are you moving? We moved cross country right before we decided to join LuLaRoe, so it is definitely possible. And then we had the idea while we were house hunting to look for a space that allowed us to have a LuLaRoe boutique set up in our home. So are there big changes happening in your family? Is your spouse working, changing jobs? Are you working or changing jobs? Are you adopting a child? All these things, are going to affect when you feel the most comfortable to start your LuLaRoe business. And now as a consultant, when I ask when, it's when is my next party? When is my next sale? And that's what I think of when I say when. The fifth and final question you can ask yourself before considering becoming a LuLaRoe consultant is how. How are you going to run your business? How do you see LuLaRoe blank blank running? How do you see your day-to-day progressing as you grow your business? Do you see yourself forming a team? Do you see yourself as a leader? How much in sales do you plan to have? And then that calculates how many parties you need to have per week or how many sales you need to have per month. And so the last question, and I think is a really great question to kind of sit down with your significant other or your teammate or your sponsor and just kind of go into detail about what is your day-to-day going to realistically look like when you are owning your own business. You know, as a stay-at-home mom, I had to really think about, how much time is it going to take me to conduct my business? What's my top? What's my low in sales so that I can kind of, get a happy medium so that I'm not taking too much time away from my family, but I'm also really trying to work my business successfully. So, how will you set yourself apart from the 65,000 other consultants that are now in LuLaRoe? We're all over the country. It's going to be worldwide soon. So what makes you unique? Why are people going to want to shop with you? Is it your style? Is it your personality? For me, I don't know. It was a lot of, let me try this and see if that works and gets people excited. And some things that I thought were, this is going to be great. People are going to flock here, were complete dudders. So for me, it's that, how was I going to set myself apart? I know about my work ethic. I know I work hard. No one can work as hard as me. No one can try as hard as me. And I am up to trying new things and learning new things. And if this company is new and there's changes, I'm okay with that. Not that I love change, but I can roll with the punches. And as a military wife, I think that's just essential. So I think I got used to being uncomfortable in uncomfortable situations and really working to make sure that everything's still running smoothly. So how was I going to set myself apart? Just by being myself. And if you do that, if you're genuine and you're automatically going to set yourself apart. So there's a little tip for you. You don't really have to do much. You just have to be you. And for me, I think as I'm growing in my business and I'm seeing other consultants and what they do, the 10% to charity is absolutely unique, and I'm very proud of that. And that definitely, I think, sets me apart today as a LuLaRoe consultant. So now as a LuLaRoe consultant, when I ask myself how, it's basically when I get a new box of inventory and I see an extra small Amelia and I think, how am I going to get my extra large body in that cuteness as soon as possible? Or how am I going to manipulate that 3XL Irma because it is fabulous? So my hows now are a little bit different, but still really fun. So I thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope that you take away just some real great questions to ask yourself and maybe your partner before you become a LuLaRoe consultant. How, what, when, where, and why. And I think by doing that, you will definitely set yourself this great platform. Write them down. Give yourself a journal so you can go back and see if things have changed in the year or 5 years, and really look at those realistically. And I really truly believe that if you do that, you'll be able to know if you are ready to dive in to being a fabulous LuLaRoe consultant in LuLaRoe, this fabulous company that's just taking off. I wish you the best of luck. If you have any questions or need just someone to navigate through it that has been there before, let me know. All of my information is down below. You can always email me at LuLaRoeCarrieHoefer@gmail.com. Thank you all so much for watching and subscribing to this channel. I hope to see you real soon. Have a great day. Bye, guys. Well, you'll see on the editing and you just choppy chop whatever doesn't need to be there.